Wellness Temple coming to you live. So today we are going to start our series about Reiki. A lot of you know that I'm a Reiki master, but you might not completely understand what Reiki is. So this is going to be all about teaching Reiki, the art of Reiki, the art of Reiki healing. So we're going to start today with um, the 5 principles of Reiki. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I shall do my work honestly. Just for today, I shall accept my many blessings. Just for today, I shall deal with my anger appropriately. Just for today, I shall show love and respect for everyone and everything. Let's just hold space for that, these beautiful truths, just one day at a time, getting your mind, your energy, your habitual reactions, they're all shifting to focus on these 5 principles just for today. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Reiki. What is Reiki? Reiki is a hands-on healing technique. It's an energy technique used on the body's chakra system, which are our meridian points. So your chakra system consists of, starting from the bottom, your root chakra, and then moving up into the sacral chakra, and then into the solar plexus chakra. Heart chakra is next, and then you have your throat chakra. Moving into the third eye chakra, and of course we arrive at the crown chakra. So starting from the root, let's go over them. The root chakra is all about how we connect with things of the earth, so other humans, plants, animals, anything that comes from the earth. Moving up into the sacral. The sacral is all about our feminine energy, so that nurturing, that compassion. The feminine energy chakra is very in the now. Then we move up into the solar plexus. The solar plexus is that masculine energy center. That is our willpower, our ability to make plans and see it through. Any barriers, anything that is trying to block our way, we can just get right through that. This is a lot of willpower and determination to get to where we're going, building something. Now that masculine energy is very much planning, so that's very much in the moving towards the future. And then we move up into the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is our center, that is love, that is unconditional love, love for ourselves, love and compassion for others as well. And then we move up into the throat chakra. The throat chakra is all about your self-expression, speaking your truth. Our words are vibrations. Our words carry so much power. And when we speak our truth, we are opening that chakra in such a beautiful way. Then we move up to the third eye. The third eye is our ability to see past just surface. We are able to see somewhat like the iceberg, where you can only see maybe 10% above the water, but you know there's another 90% there. So that third eye helps you to be able to see a fuller perspective of what is really going on, connecting dots, the seen, the unseen, cause and effect, how things work together, and our intuitive nature. Now, granted, our intuition comes a lot from that feminine chakra, as well as our heart, and the third eye as well. So that's kind of our little compute, boop, 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 to be able to put all that together. And then we move up into the crown. Now, the crown is all about remembering that you are divinity. We are all sparks of the same creator light with a very unique energy and purpose here on this earth. So remembering that you are divinity and always will be eternally, yet you have come here as above, so below. You have come here to this earth to do very important work and shine your unique light, your authentic, unique light. So that is all about remembering that path, that purpose, and connecting back with your higher self that is always here with you in this heart space, guiding you. So remembering that divinity also helps you to cultivate your unique energy in such a way that you honor, you love, and you respect yourself. So you set boundaries, you hold space for your truth, you shine your light, not worrying about what others think of it, if they are in agreement or not, but that you hold space like a warrior for your own unique energy and your purpose in this life here. So, yes, thank you. So Reiki is one of the most ancient healing methods known to mankind. It is used as an alternate therapy for treating physical, emotional, and mental things that are going on in our life, right? So sorting out some of those blockages, being aware of how they came about, and releasing ourselves from them. And then as we move through this, we get to the, when you are a Reiki master, so level 3, you then start to work on that spiritual healing. And we'll get more into that. So Reiki is the Japanese word for universal life force energy. The definition of Reiki is, so Rei, R-E-I, is universal. So this is a mysterious power, transcendental spirit. Ki is described as the vital life force energy. So together they mean spirit energy or power energy. However, the essence is more of that of universal life force energy. So it's all encompassing. The tradition of Reiki is referred to in 3,500-year-old writings in Sanskrit, where the writing was used as a means of communicating and a dialogue by the Hindu celestial gods, and was termed as Deva Vanti. So Deva, gods, Vanti, language, as it was believed to have been generated by the god Brahma, who passed it to Rashish, the sages living in celestial bodies, who then communicated the same to their earthly disciples from where it spread out on earth. So today it is used by the Indo-Aryans, the ancient language of Hinduism. And it is also widely used in Jainism, Buddhism, and Sikhism. And so me specifically, I'm divinity. I respect, love, all ways of saying it, all ways of celebrating it, all cultures. At the end of the day, we are all divine beings here having a human experience. So I honor and respect all, but I personally don't put myself in one category. We're everything. We're oneness. So each person experiences that within their own experience, their own culture, their own life in different ways. So I hold space and honor all, but I don't necessarily put myself in one category. And you have the right to do what you will as well. All about harmony for humanity, remembering that we are all divine beings here having a human experience. And so we have that right to experience it in all the different ways that we choose. And so I do hold space for that openness and that oneness of all religions, all spiritual work, all different cultures. It all holds space for that one life force energy. And so I choose to hold space for it all without saying, oh, well, this one or that one. It's all beautiful, and we're all doing the same thing, just in different ways. All right, so Reiki is not a religion or a belief system. It holds no doctrine. It is a healing modality that combines the power of God's life force energy and your own body's chakra system. So now let's talk about the origin of Reiki. So Dr. Usui shared the knowledge originally. He had found some passages in some scriptures, and he was very determined to have a profound moment. He was waiting for a miracle, for a channel, for divinity to remind him of how to use this energy, this power, this healing. And so for 21 days, he would fast and meditate to see if he could gain any insight more over what he had already read. He wanted to have experience with Reiki. And at that time, he had not named it yet. So it was just this profound energy that he had read about. And he was asking Divine to share experience as wisdom and wake it up within him. So he collected 21 stones and went into a cave to meditate and fast for 21 days. So he collected all these stones, and each day he would throw one away. And that's how he kept up with his time. So as he prayed that morning before he had thrown away his last stone, he had noticed, wow, I haven't really got what I came for. He felt kind of in the same place that he was, but he still had this one last stone left. And so as he prayed on that morning before the dawn, he would be shown the light and how to use the keys of the healing. So he hadn't given up yet, but he was like, this is my last day. Please bring this to me. Please wake this up within me. And so he throws that last stone away. And he was a little disappointed that evening for not having accomplished his quest. And he stood up to leave. And as he did, a little beam of light from way far off started coming closer and closer, and it got so big. And by account, he was quite scared, but he was like, no, I've come so far. So I'm not going to throw this away and let fear chase me off, from what I have set out on my quest. So he stayed even though he was fearful. And then this light became brighter and brighter as it moved towards him, and then it struck him in the third eye and knocked him out. And within his dream state, he experienced something profound. In the dream state, he experienced a rainbow of beautiful colors. Sanskrit symbols came to him, and how to use them. The meanings were drawn in the sky, so he was able to have a very much an experience in this dream state with the meanings, with the symbols, their use, and how to attune other people to this energy. Dr. Yusui received all the keys to healing on that day, and he vowed never to forget them or allow them to ever be lost. So this is how the practice of Reiki came back to the human race with Dr. Yusui. Now, Dr. Yusui experienced 4 miracles. So, about his experience, the profound knowledge that he received, he quickly started down the mountain. He was so excited to bring it back to his monastery. And on his journey back, 4 miracles of Reiki happened, and we're going to talk about that now. So miracle number 1, in his haste, he tripped and stubbed his toe. And he instinctively reached down and just put his hands over his toe. And it was bleeding, it was swollen, it was hurting. And very quickly, he realized that the bleeding had stopped and the swelling and the pain had went away by his natural reaction to place his hands over it. Bing! Let's see, can I get that? Awesome! Yes, so that was miracle number 1. Miracle number 2 happened when he broke his 21-day fast by ordering a full meal at home that served the travelers. He ate the entire meal and did not suffer any indigestion or discomfort as he normally would. So he was like, okay, that's different than normal. Okay, so I'm doing this to serve others, and in that moment, normally I would get these feelings from this food, which is not happening because my intention for this food was to share, to bless. So that was his miracle number 2. Miracle number 3, the young girl that had served him was suffering from an abscessed tooth. Again, Dr. Yusui placed his hands on the swelling, and then within moments, the pain and the swelling disappeared. So he was starting to see the power in the hands. The power in these powerful, beautiful healing hands. Miracle number 4 happened back at the monastery. The abbot was in dire pain from his arthritis attack, and Dr. Yusui placed his hands on the area of pain and shared his experience with the abbot. Very quickly, the pain had disappeared. After much meditation and consulting with the abbot, Dr. Yusui decided to use his own new healing knowledge, which he then started to call it Reiki. He started to use it on the poor, the diseased, and the crippled. So for many years, he worked with these people, giving healing. But many years later, one day, he looked into the people that he worked with, and he noticed that many of the people he had healed had returned to their lives as beggars. He did not teach any responsibility to them. Therefore, he was trying to figure out, like, did I fail? What was going on? And then very quickly he realized that because he had given it with no exchange, that the value wasn't there, that they didn't have to put in any effort. And so they didn't value it in the way that you must in order to receive. And so Dr. Usui very quickly realized that there must be an equal exchange, whether it be monetary or of service or something. So that is when he decided that on that day, there must be an equal energy exchange, whether it's monetary or otherwise. And that would be required from this day going forward. So he didn't get, oh wow, I failed, let me just give up. He saw a missing ingredient in the work. He saw something that needed to be a part of it for Reiki to hold its strongest power within the individual that he had worked with. In 1922, Dr. Usui founded his very first Reiki clinic in school in Tokyo and taught Reiki to others. He trained approximately 16 other Reiki masters. Before his death, he gave Dr. Chuajoro Hasiya the responsibility of preserving and passing on the tradition of Reiki. So he had worked so hard, and he knew that that was part of his destiny, his part of his path. His purpose here was to bring back the awareness of Reiki, that life force energy that we all hold, and he did not want that to go away as he vowed, so he made sure that he passed that torch to others so that they could then share. It was Dr. Hasui who developed the 3 different levels of Reiki. So as World War II was coming, Dr. Hasui feared Reiki's survival, knowing that many men would die in the war. So Dr. Hasui decided to train a Japanese woman living in Hawaii, Miss Hawaii Takada. Miss Takada brought Reiki training to the United States and to Canada, and was the one who dedicated the rest of her life and decided to start charging a fee for each level of training. So set up much like a school. So that gives you a little bit of some background there on how Reiki came about and what it took to be able to get it to where it is today. So now let's talk about how energy works. Reiki energy heals a person by flowing through the affected parts of the vital or auric field. Their aura is what a lot of us may call it, and balancing the area. So each person has a field that surrounds their physical body, and during a Reiki session, the cosmic energy balances the person's vibrational field, their rate, the frequency, and their vital field, so their aura. So Reiki is working within the energy field that is a part of what it already is, and it's attuning it back up. So through negative self-talk, hearing people say negative things, carrying emotions such as anger or regret and things like that can distort our energy field, and Reiki attunes it back to its pure form, and also ignites those cells to start regenerating instead of kind of dying off. So it gives that the body as well a regeneration. Water is known as a conductor as well, so we're going to get into that. Imagine, if you like, that the vital energy, the aura, is like a pool of water. The water can be polluted by adding toxins such as chemicals, mud, and other objects. The water can also become stale if it is not fed fresh oxygen. The water can also become stale if it is not fed any movement. If there's no movement involved and it just sits stagnant, and it can get very stale. After some time, green or blue algae can start to grow, and the water becomes rancid, killing anything that enters. So that's important to think about here. Water is a known conductor. The clearer the water, the better the conductive ability. So even though your vital field, your aura, is not liquid like water, it is invisible to most people's naked eye, and it radiates the clarity of our body, our mind, and our soul's pool of health. So during a Reiki session, the intent of the life force energy coming down from the cosmos is channeled through the person's crown, their brow, their throat, and their heart chakra. Then it is channeled through the hands to the other chakras and to the Tissaboo areas that are needed. So the Reiki life force energy knows where it needs to go. It is naturally drawn where it needs to go, which is absolutely beautiful. When a person is attuned to second or third degree Reiki, this energy heals and balances the emotional, mental, and spiritual body of the person and their physical body as well. So additional context and benefits of Reiki, we're going to get into that now. So Reiki is not only just a method of energy healing, but it's also a way to promote relaxation and stress reduction. I'm sure everyone is so happy to hear that, right? Practitioners believe that by channeling positive energy into their body, that Reiki helps to enhance their body's natural healing responses and their natural healing process. Like I was saying, the cells actually regenerating instead of dying away. This practice can also complement others' medical and therapeutical techniques that relieve side effects and promote recovery. So it can be used very well alongside any other practices that you do, whether it be seeing an actual doctor or homeopathic things that you may do. Reiki can be used alone for healing or in conjunction with other techniques as well. And there's no need to ever be fearful in any way of Reiki energy. It's literally that spark that is in all human beings, in all of creation, but we're just unique in the way that we live and use that energy. Reiki is that energy. So many people who receive Reiki report experiencing a sense of relaxation, warmth, and overall wonderful well-being. While scientific research on Reiki is still being developed, we're starting to see a lot more science starting to prove, which is so wonderful. And this is the shift that's happening on this planet right now, which is absolutely beautiful. So get ready to start seeing, science start to prove. But moreover experiences everything. When you experience Reiki, when you have received a Reiki session, that's all you need. The way that the divine speaks is in resonance. That internal feeling where you just know, you can feel, no one needs to tell you. That is how Reiki works. It's just you just feel it and you know, and that is all the proof that one needs. So sessions typically are 30 to 60 minutes, depending on an individual's needs and the practitioner's how they go about it. And I know all of you have got a boo-boo. Mama put her hand on you. Oh, kissed your boo-boo. Oh, that's Reiki, dears. That is Reiki. So during a session, the practitioner may use various different hand positions and either lightly touch the body or hover over their hands over a certain area. Reiki is also accessible to anyone who wishes to learn it, right? So this is a part of us. It is a part of our birthright. It's just about activating. And in order to activate, you do need to connect with, you need to understand, and you need to have an intention. And therefore, that is the work that we're doing right now, is bringing it to you, reminding you. That's all it is about, is remembering who we are. We're divine beings here having a human experience. So reconnecting with our tools that we came here to use to help everyone, ourselves included, of course. Everyone, though, plants, animals, this earth, it's for everyone. So with proper attunement and training, individuals can practice self-Reiki or offer healing to others. Based on personal experience and historical usage, Reiki is still developing and spreading even more in the world right now. It's so beautiful. So understanding the chakras. What are chakras? Maybe some of you know, and that is so beautiful. But for those of you who don't, and then also for those of you who do, we're just going to get right into it. Chakras are energy centers within the human body that are believed to regulate various physical, emotional, and spiritual functions that create our reality that we experience. The word chakra comes from the Sanskrit word wheel or disc, indicating that these energy centers are like spinning wheels of energy located along the spine. So, and it's, the spine is a good way to say up and down. Your spine is kind of the housing of it, but if you don't want to just think of them coming out of the back of you, right? It's a part of you. How many chakras are there? Why some traditions mention various numbers of chakras, most commonly referencing the system, identifying that there are 7 primary. So each located at a very specific point along the spine, from the base to the crown. So when we say base, some will experience and connect with the root chakra being here down, so your bottom down to the floor, almost thinking of your legs like roots and your little toes like the roots going into the earth, and then all the way up to your bottom. That would be your root chakra area. The sacral would be the womb, like your womb, the womb area, so that lower belly there. Solar plexus is right here. That kind of like the abdomen area. Of course, the heart chakra in your heart. There's this whole center. And then throat, third eye, crown. All right, so the root chakra, let's get into that. Muladhara. It's at the base of the spine, and each chakra is associated with a color, with an element. We're going to get into each of those right now, and I just want to thank everyone for focusing on such important information. These are tools to support you, and if you are drawn and called to this information, to learn more about administering Reiki, then you are already well on your way to getting back to your authentic true self, shining your light, your unique, beautiful light, the way that you came here to do. So congratulations to you, and you have found support. So yay. All right, so the root chakra, the color is red. The element is earth, right? So we said that root is all about how you connect with the earth and anything that comes from it. So that would be humans, plants, animals. You could just keep going. The table, the chair I'm sitting on right now. Yes. All the things. Crystals as well. All right, so association, so basic survival needs, is how you ground. The root chakra is all about your grounding, your stability, and your security. So imbalances in the root chakra may cause anxiety. If you have a lot of anxiety, if you live a lot by fears and negative thinking, if you have physical issues, disease, things like that, that is root chakra issues. And as we learn the power of connecting with that root chakra, using the earth to drain any information that is not supporting us, any things that we've heard from getting all clouded in our ego head, we can drain that back into the earth and allow the earth to support that energy, and then repurify that energy for new creation. So that is good news, right? Yay. So we are going to move on. So some of the physical issues that the root chakra, when it's off balance, that you might experience might be in your legs, your feet, and your lower back. Alrighty, so now we are moving into the feminine energy center. That is the sacral, and that's Shavada Histhana. Sava. I can spell it for you. SVADHISTHANA. Shavada Histhana. So this is located in the lower abdomen. So like I was saying, in that womb area, if you're a masculine or a feminine, it doesn't, like physically, doesn't matter. We all have a feminine energy center within us as well as a masculine. So understanding that is important. So this is the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel. The color that supports the feminine energy is orange, and the element is water. So water represents flow and emotion. right? So an association is your emotions, your creativity, your sexuality, and your pleasure. So imbalances may cause emotional instability, maybe some sexual dysfunction or feeling shameful about sex and pleasure, and issues with the reproductive organs or the kidneys. So these are all things when you're a little off balance within this feminine energy, those are things that could come up for you. Solar plexus chakra is Manipura. So Manipura. So the location of this is the upper abdomen. So we're going to be like right here, around the stomach area. The color that supports this chakra, that masculine energy center, is yellow. The element is fire. And it is associated with your personal power, self-esteem, and your confidence. So some of the imbalances that may be caused when it is off balance or has any blockages, you could have some digestion issues, lack of self-control, and you may have some self-esteem issues. You may dedicate yourself to something, a goal, and maybe not see it through thoroughly, or have some fear of completing projects, things of that nature when you have a blockage there. So next we're moving up into the beautiful heart chakra. Anahata. Anahata. Location is the center of the chest, and that's just above the heart. Just above like where your heart is, you know, but it's not just where your actual heart is, it is in the center. So this is like our center. The color that supports this chakra is green, and the element is air. So associations, we probably all can guess: love, compassion, and our relationships, how we get along with others as well. So if you notice, that is a part of the root as well as the heart, and with the way that we get along with other humans. So when there are imbalances, you might experience some lung issues, may have some heart issues, may feel a little like, you know, panicky sometimes. Maybe find it difficult to express yourself, things of that nature whenever you might have a blockage. Then now we're going to move up into the third eye. Ajna. Ajna. So the location right here in that forehead, right there, between your eyebrows. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah. All right, so the color. This is a color that is left for everyone's imagination. Each person may perceive this color completely different, and that is kind of why it is associated with the third eye, and it's indigo. Some people may say that indigo is a mix between blue and purple. Oh, and I think I skipped the color for the throat chakra. I believe that I did skip that, so I'm going to backtrack. The color that supports the throat chakra. We're going to have to, let's just skip, because I did skip that altogether. Let's go back to the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is Vishuddha. So Vishuddha. So that is your throat, and it is the color of blue. associated with your communication, your self-expression, and your personal truth. And it doesn't necessarily mean just when you speak, because we communicate in many ways. Body language, the way that we move our eyes, the amount of attention we pay to a situation. So that comes across in a lot of ways. Imbalances may cause throat or neck problems, communication issues, and difficulty expressing oneself. So I know that we said that. I just wanted to make sure I got to that one completely before I moved on. Now we're at Ajna. Okay, so now we know that that is in the center of our forehead, between the eyebrows. The color is indigo, so a mix between that blue and that purple. So we've got the indigo right there. The element is light, that light. And the divine is calling me back to the throat chakra again. So the throat chakra, the element is ether. So ether is space. That's space. If you are taking notes, you may want to go back to the throat chakra and write that down in as far as its element. So now we're back at the third eye again. See how they work together? We're kind of going back and forth. That's all good. This is divinely guided, so that's what was meant to happen. All right, so the element of the third eye is light. It's associated with your intuition, your insight, and your psychic abilities. And when I say psychic abilities, it is what it sounds like, and then it is also not what it sounds like. A lot of people, when they think, oh, psychic abilities, just like you're reading people's minds all the time. And that is not necessarily true. It is more about being able to see things beyond the surface, to see things more than just what is being shown, but using other parts of your sensations, of your knowing, to have a understanding of really what's going on, the truth of it. Even, for instance, if someone is saying something and you're picking up on something else that is more than just what they're saying and expressing to you, that is the third eye in action. You have this feeling something's not quite right about this, and a lot of people will expect, oh, well, I have to know right this second, and that's not necessarily how it works. You have this little nudge, and then you're like, okay, let me be aware of this. And then as you pay closer attention, that is when more information will come up. Maybe the divine will use signs and synchronicities of things, other things going on around you to communicate. And so if you ever get like readings, like oracle or tarot readings, that is one great thing about those, is because you're actually creating a language that the divine can use to speak to you in signs and synchronicities based off of the messages that you resonated with in the reading. And so the divine can then use that to speak to you in different ways. So that is another way that the third eye would work for you, as well as picking up on those signs that are happening around in all of your nows, constantly, a constant flow of communication. It's just how much of it do you tune into and you pick up. So when that third eye is fully active, that is something that you will experience a lot more of, is understanding that dialogue that the divine is using, that is chosen because you created it through your resonation with something. And so of course the divine is going to speak to you in your language, in your tone, and that's just so beautiful. All right, so imbalances in this third eye could be headaches, maybe vision problems, and difficulty concentrating. And now we're gonna move into, or up to, the crown. Yay. So the crown is Shasarara. S-A-H-A-S-R-A-R-A. and that is at the top of your head. The color is violet or white. The element is thought. Imagine that. Associated with spiritual connection, enlightenment, and your higher consciousness. Imbalances may cause spiritual disconnections, confusion, and neurological issues. So anytime that you may have a blockage, if you're experiencing some of those things, those are good signs that you may have a blockage, and you may need to focus and pay attention a little more in that area. So how do the chakras work? Chakras are believed to receive, process, and transmit energy throughout the entire body. When they are open and balanced, energy flows freely, promoting physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. However, if a chakra becomes blocked or unbalanced, it can lead to various physical and emotional issues, as we were speaking about. So, balancing the chakra. There are many ways to balance and align the chakras, including meditation, yoga, Reiki and energy healing, crystals, affirmations, aromatherapy, nature walks, lots of things. So we're going to get into a couple of them. So meditation, focusing on each chakra in a visualization and associated, like holding space for that associated color while you're paying attention to that chakra. That's one way that you can help to get that spin going, to help be aware there's anything that is blocking or causing an imbalance to come up. And then as you pay attention and you're aware of it, the divine will put different opportunities within your now to be able to work through those. So we work together, hand in hand, energy flowing, 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 seen and unseen. Just love it. Now, yoga, and when I say yoga, I don't mean just yoga. I mean movement, intentionalized movement. I do something called chakra dance that I teach to people as well, where we learn, we open up that pathway and allow the divine to show each of us our own power moves. So anything that you do with intention to open and align yourself is one of the things, but we're going to go with yoga for now. So specific poses and practices can target and open the different chakras. Now we are at Reiki and energy healing. So practitioners use different techniques to channel the energy and to clear blockages at each chakra. Affirmations, doing your daily affirmations, having little post-it notes around the house, office, car with different affirmations. Those can help you to clear any blockages, being aware, and just continually thinking in a positive, aligned way for what you are intending for yourself to open your chakras. So positive statements related to qualities of each chakra can help to promote this balance. And then you have aromatherapy. So different essential oils can support each of the chakras, and that correspond to each one depending on which one you're working on, and that can enhance the healing practice and properties of each one of those chakras. So, and the list can go on. There's many, many things that you can do. Just taking a walk in nature, barefoot. That's grounding. That's very best, of course, for the root. But when you're opening that connection back to the earth and allowing the earth to support you, that is supporting all of your chakras, right? Your whatever may need. As I said, Reiki knows where it needs to go. And as you intentionally connect to the earth to help support and drain off any energies that are not meant to be within your energy field, that is the earth supporting you, and it's very beautiful. So the earth essentially is bringing Reiki and connecting and repurifying the Reiki within you. So understanding and working with each chakra can be very powerful tool for achieving a holistic healthy life, and overall wonderful well-being. So paying attention to these energy centers and ensuring that they are balanced and enhancing your physical health, your emotional stability, and your spiritual growth is very important. And that is why I do what I do. I am on the face of this earth as a divine being here having a human experience. And I have remembered and connected back to my path, my light, my authentic truth. And so that is what I do. I share this knowledge, this wisdom, this healing with others, and remind people how to use your birthright, your tools to reach your highest good, your highest potential, your highest timeline. It's very important to me. This is harmony for humanity is so important. I just love all human beings. I love this earth. I love that we are making this huge shift right now in consciousness. I just love it, love it, love it. All right, so I just want to say thank you all for today. That is the lesson that we have for today, and I will connect back with you soon in the next lesson. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave them in the comment. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Hit that like. I appreciate it. Thank you all.